It's going to help local families.
Anybody that lives here, eventually someday you're going to need medical help.
Now I have a happy, healthy baby.
Sarah, Jeff, and Nikki, 3 people who know the value of UnityPoint Allen. 3 personal stories of the impact on the 10 counties we serve. As we begin our 10th decade, we're growing our commitment to you with For Allen, For You, a $19.8 million comprehensive campaign to expand Allen's impact. Join hands with us as we transform the way we deliver healthcare in the Cedar Valley.
I think that the people in our community, by the tens of thousands, have been touched by Allen Care in the past.
Healthcare is like walking up a downgoing escalator, that if you stand still and do nothing, you'll actually be going backwards.
When we're giving to a capital campaign like this, we know that we're leaving a legacy for generations to come.
What impact will you make for the future of healthcare in your community? Help us move forward with a future focused away from hospital-centered care, but on primary care, prevention, and early intervention. For Allen, For You. Allen is committed to delivering first-class coordinated care close to home. Prairie Parkway will bring that care closer to thousands of families like the Corkeries.
My son Jude has had extensive health challenges. He's had seizure disorder and has vision problems, and so we've seen a lot of doctors, and Allen has always been a good place for us to go as well.
Prairie Parkway will bring comprehensive, patient-centered care together in one 90,000 square foot building in the rapidly expanding southwest quadrant of Cedar Falls. Internal medicine, primary care, pediatrics, OBGYN services, urgent care, radiology, a pharmacy, and other services will all be in one place, bringing added convenience for families on the go.
As a working mom, my time is very valuable, so if I can have a one-stop shop and have the kids see an urgent care doctor, fill a prescription, see a doctor all in one time, that would be just really great for our family and for our schedule.
Located on 20 acres in Pinnacle Prairie, Prairie Parkway's focus will be on preventative care, keeping people out of the hospital and helping maintain healthy lifestyles.
This just further shows their commitment to helping achieve that need and fulfilling the need in our community so that more people can be touched by such a high-quality healthcare system.
For Allen, Prairie Parkway is another example of growing to meet the needs of the Cedar Valley and beyond. For you, it's a one-stop option for a range of coordinated healthcare services, no matter where you live or what your age. For Allen, For You. You can help train our next generation of nurses and healthcare providers. When we're sick, we want to be cared for by the best nurses. Allen College has been at the forefront of healthcare education.
95% of our students come from Iowa, about 70% from Northeast Iowa, so we're very much an Iowa institution.
83% stay close to home after graduation, working in all aspects of healthcare. Jeff Guzzi fulfilled his dream of being a nurse practitioner thanks to Allen College.
For me, I wanted, at the end of the day, to say I did more than just make money. I actually made a difference in a patient's life.
As healthcare has changed, Allen College has adapted to prepare a skilled workforce. Currently, more than 600 students are enrolled, with hundreds more anticipated in the next 5 years. They're learning from instructors who don't spend all their time in a classroom.
Every single clinical instructor I had was actually teaching me on the very floor that they worked on in the hospital, meaning they're in the trenches every day.
Allen College's hands-on training produces graduates who pass their clinical exams at high rates, staying close to home with good jobs. But Allen College must continue to evolve to provide the best education. For Allen, that requires a building to grow its occupational therapy program and establish its physical therapy program while replacing outdated labs. For you, it means training therapists and nurses to care for you and those you love.
The labs are really small and cramped, and although we're divided in smaller groups, it's still really hard to move around.
We won't be able to open the physical therapy program without a new building, and the growth of the occupational therapy program will be limited unless we have an additional building.
Your support will make renovations of Girard Hall and Alumni Hall possible, creating more space for classrooms, and adding to the endowed scholarship program to make an Allen education more affordable for students.
If we don't have Allen continuing to find ways to reinvent themselves and get more people to stay here, we're going to have further talent drainage from this area, and people won't have the resources they need.
Help Allen College stay at the forefront of education for a positive impact on your health care. For Allen, for you. What does having a neonatal intensive care unit at a top 100 community hospital mean to young families? Nikki Newbro's daughter Ava spent the first 4 precarious days of her life under the watchful eyes of doctors and nurses at Allen Hospital's NICU after complications arose at another hospital. Due to constant care and attention by Allen's NICU in Ava's critical first 2 hours of life, Nikki and her husband couldn't see or hold their new daughter until her health improved.
Kept thinking to myself, there's gonna be all these babies and I'm not gonna know which one is mine because I didn't get to see her. So I walked into the NICU room and they said, she's right here. And I knew right away. I knew that was her.
But as more families choose Allen, the center has outgrown its space. The NICU would expand from 4 to 10 private rooms so parents can create better bonds with their babies. The number of labor, delivery, recovery, and postpartum rooms would grow to 18, allowing for deliveries in every room.
If you have 4 babies in one single room and one of the baby's alarms goes off, it wakes every other baby up. And what we've noticed is there's a sudden increase in their heart rate because it's almost like you're shaking them and giving them a startle response.
With your support, the expansion and renovations will provide modern, spacious rooms where parents can stay with their baby for plenty of quality bonding time. For Allen, the project will modernize the pediatrics department, creating more comfortable space for families. For you, the expansion's impact will mean healthier children and happier families.
When you keep parents closer to home, and when these babies need extended periods of stay, they're actually able to go back to work and take time off when the kid is ready to come home. And I think that also helps with more smoother transitions when they get home.
Dr. Nagra came up to my husband and I, and we were standing next to Ava, and he brought us together and he gave us a big hug and he says, you guys are good parents. This was just a little bump in the road. She is healthy. Go on living your life. And I will never forget that.
The impact of the Allen NICU is clear every year when hundreds of families return for a reunion with the doctors and nurses who guided them through the early days of their child's life.
Babies are our future, and if we can get good outcomes out of these little ones, they will turn out to be productive members of society.
It will take many hands to raise the $19.8 million. And it will take many hearts to make this vision a reality. Make an impact to help your community continue to receive the very best health care.
If we look within our hearts and to things that are important to our community, each of us can find a cause within this campaign.
Giving to this campaign is about our community. It's about the community of Allen. It's about our greater Cedar Valley community.
Now is our time. It's really our turn to give back to the community.
For Allen, for you, the campaign to expand Allen's impact. Help us impact the future. Future students, future healthcare services, future families. All in our community and centered around you.
For Allen, for you.
For Allen, for you.
For Allen, for you.
For
Allen, for
you.
you.